Duet of Dawn and Dusk, or as I like to call it, Duet of Dirt and Bats. Welcome to set 9 of Shadowverse Evolved English Edition, in which there is support for a lot of different decks. Sword gets some really good generics, and then Tier 0 Earthright gets added, as well as Bats become a Tier 1 deck as well. Dragon gets Igni's favorite card added. Forest gets some pretty interesting tools for Hunter, and then finally Haven gets cards that age really well. Today we're going to be opening up 2 boxes sent to me courtesy of Bushiroad and taking a look at what we get. Hope you guys have been enjoying the EX areas and whatnot. I am thinking of maybe making a competitive decks video for this set. It would be a bit late, of course, but I tried to have it out in time for Worlds so you guys can enjoy watching that. But let me know if you'd be interested in that or not. Did play quite a bit of this meta when it was out in Japan last year, just because it was the Nationals format, and we did commentate that Nationals with Igni on the official channel too, so there's a lot of tournament gameplay you can watch if you're actually interested. But today we'll be taking a look at the newest set. Of course, this is the box art together with the Tsukuyomi art, and then on the side we have the details. So we have 42 different bronzes, 35 silvers, 33 golds, 27 legendaries, 18 tokens, 27 super legendaries, 7 ultimates, and 2 specials, which is the exclusive rarity to English for this set. You have the other side of the pack and then just the logo on the other side. So we open it up and we get a very special little voting campaign inside here. So this is something that is new for English as well. That was not a thing in the Japanese side. So we get these Tsukuyomi sleeves. These are very nice. They're just for your, basically you can get 2 of these and just use them for your Evolve deck. So we can open it up actually. And I think you actually get a good, yeah, you get a whole 10 copies. So you can actually use just 1 pack for your Evolve deck, or if you have 4 packs of these sleeves, you can use them for your main deck as well. So pretty good. I also like how this kind of shows it opened after you do open up the pack of sleeves, which is nice. And then this is your special card voting slip. So basically, if you scan this QR code or go to the official website, you can find out more about this voting campaign. So I can show you right here. It's basically a voting campaign. I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit here. So it's a voting campaign where you get to vote for English Edition's original special card. So you basically get to vote from April 11th to May 11th. So you have just about a month. And then you vote for one of the 7 characters that will get its own SP basically. So it's between Orcus, actually here we go. It's between Orcus, you have for Forest, then you have Ralmia for Sword. It even shows which set they're from originally. Then we also have, of course, Caradwen from this set, Phylene as well, not Galmi sadly, Vanya, and Alexiel, as well as the Sylvia. So 1 for each class basically. So this is kind of like how you do it. Whenever you buy a box, you get the little serial code, and then you pick your favorite character, you enter the code, and then you get to do it. So it's pretty cool. I can actually just do it for you guys right now. So let's enter the serial code right here. All right, let's go vote now. And then we can say, okay, so who do we actually want to vote? I'm going to be real with you for a second. Alexiel will be very cool, and she's used for a very long time. Also, love how full art these are. This is really nice. But I think realistically, thing is, Phylene gets a swimsuit SP, at least in Japanese. So for that reason, I feel like she already has something. Like, she would be my vote normally, I think. But an Orcus also has a summer SP as well. Oh, but so does Ralmia, huh? Actually, quite a few of these do already. Maybe we do vote for Alexiel. I think I do vote for Alexiel. I think it's time. So let's enter the serial code. So this is the one you find here. So mine is NZ, capital Z. Capitals are important. CEGRP. So we're gonna vote now. All right, thank you for your support. The vote is registered. So just like that, you can do your own vote. So make sure you don't miss out during the campaign. This only lasts for a month, so it's pretty easy to miss, but just thought I would showcase that to you guys as well. But here are the pack arts. We have the Dusk and Dawn one, the Tsukuyomi and Amaterasu one, together with the Jerva one. Really, really nice. So let's get opening. I actually don't think I even opened packs of this set in Japanese, because I think I just like straight up went and bought singles this time around for when this came out. So let's take a look. We have Poltergeist, which mills the top 2 cards of your deck for a bronze. We have Mr. Bertrand. So the unique thing with English is that the Mysteria and Butou Ryujin, I'm not sure how Butou Ryujin is translated into English, so we'll find out in this set, are those 2 like deluxe starter decks are all fused into this set. So you get them a set earlier than you did in Japan, but at the cost of not getting the product basically. We have Tycoon. He discards 3, draws 3, recovers 2 play points, so effectively a 3 cost. So everything is a 3. Drakewing Assassin that allows you on fanfare. Like when you follow in the field, deal damage equal number of dragon spells in your cemetery. So pretty good in, it's like spell-based dragon, I guess. Ramp Dragon. Big Soul Hunter. Evolve for 1. And then we have Dragoon Scyther. She was quite good in the app especially. So Dragonic Duelist. That's Butou Ryujin. Okay. So Dragonic Duelist is the name, so she gets Storm. This is one of the starter deck cards, basically. Then we have Monochrome Duelist. That's also very good. This card's going to be used in Sword for quite a long time. Basically searches out 2 huge stat sticks and buffs them, and then which also have like effects as well. And then you can pay 2 and banish this to give all knights on your field +1 in Storm. So you make a board full of knights, banish this, and then you basically have like 8 damage lethal or 10 damage lethal on board, which is pretty good. So for that reason, I think Monochrome Duel is a very important card for Sword, at least for the next few sets. Definitely do get some. Ooh, this one came in. Oh no, it's not an opposite. Sorry, this is a dual-sided card. That's why it looks like that. I was like, wait a second. This pack opened from the other side? Hold up. All right, Grasshopper Conductor, Hexed Fowl, Fount of Angels, Orator, Summoning Drills. Very good card for Earthright. Basically creates golems and then allows you to buff them as well with a stack. And we get our first legendary, Marduk. This is the neutral legendary that buries the top 2 cards of your deck and then evolves as well. Maybe we'll get the evolved form. We can talk about that a bit later. But that is one of the neutrals. We get 2 golds. One of them is the Dark Hind and Light Hind, which is the dual-sided card for Haven. Really good card for Amulet. And then Unsorcery, which is also one of the cards from the starter deck, is also in here too. Very good card that basically just like deals 8 damage to your opponent's leader and draws 2 cards. It's just like pretty insane when you get to play it for the full effect. So we'll see. I'm curious what the pull rates are like, considering that they fused the starter deck into this. I would expect them, I don't actually know, but I would expect them to be a bit buffed. So we're going to find out. Gargoyle. Oh, Celia, sorry, not Sylvia. Celia. Sylvia's been on my mind too much. This card is a very good generic card for Sword. Basically evolves into 2 different types. One of them being the Hope Strategist, the other one being the there's Messenger for, you know, a added cost. One of them makes a board, the other one is a Storm, so they're both pretty good, no matter what, but you do need the base copy. We have Amaterasu as well, which is, of course, one of the cards that is on the pack art as well. And, ooh, that's a very good legendary, the Evolved Carried One. So this is, of course, one of the most important cards to have in this set. So essentially, she just makes your potion and then allows you to play your potion for less. So, and the potions are basically like, they revive your stuff or they deal damage, and the Evolved one basically is like one of the best cards you can play, especially in early game, because you get to just like make a big board, and then you're able to like revive things like Riley, and then just like draw a bunch of cards, and you just don't run out of resources, which is a pretty crazy thing for Evolve in general. So, ooh, we have a thin Knights token. This is very nice. So I like the thin tokens way more than the thick ones. They just like fit in deck boxes way easier. So I'm actually quite thankful. Ooh, this will be one that Igni's happy about. A SL Zernitra Dragon's Flame. So the new Zernitra basically says that when you play this, if you bury a Zernitra on your field, then she costs 3 less to play. So you can swing with the old one, bury it, and then like, you know, play this for 3. And when she's played, she summons a dragon and draws a card for every Wormkin token on your field. And when she's on your field, each Wormkin token on your field has Storm. So really not too bad, considering the Wormkins are quite buff. So honestly, pretty, like, I don't think she's as bad. She just kind of came out at like a unfortunate time when Earthright became like really strong. Absolute Zero Blade, pretty cool card, like AoE 1 damage to everything. This like does come up sometimes. So especially with like Spell Chain, it also not stacks, but it scales. Scales is the word I was looking for. So pretty good stuff. All right, Savage Swordman, Valkyrie, ooh, Mysterian White Worm. We have a gold premium. It's always very nice. Good to have those. And it's a dual, this is like the first time I see a dual-sided premium for English, I think. It's very nice. Looks good. Looks very good. Actually put that here. And then we have, ooh, Paula. Paula's very good. This card is also, she has a dual-sided evolve form that like helps you reset your like fanfares and whatnot. So very good. Overall, just a fantastic card. We still have one more pack arts that I haven't shown yet that is just behind in this box that I'll show you in a second. We have Valkyrie of Chaos, Master Samurai, Tiko, Holy Falcon, a thin one, I like it, Katakura Kojiro, White Fang Temple, Dragon Plate Warrior, and, okay, just a Sutungur. Very nice. So, Dragon got like, I feel like the starter deck is the best part of the Dragon support in this set. Oh, sorry, I should show you the new pack art. So, Vanya. Haven't joined the Vanya pack art yet. But, what was the name of Buto Ryujin again? I already forgot the name of the archetype in English. It's gonna take me a bit. Ooh, Frontline Ramparts. This card's kind of funny. It's a quick effect to bury it and select enemy fall in the field and deal 3 damage. So you just kind of put this down like a floodgate, which is kind of funny. Beastface Mage, very good card for Earthright. And, ooh, Faust. Wow, this is a very Earthrighty box. We got all the tier 0 cards basically. Faust is of course the craziest one of them all. 5 costs 4/4 and fanfare, searches for 2 earth sigils that cost 4 or less and then puts them into EX area. Shuffle your deck. They cost 0 to play this turn. And then at the start of your end phase, you Earthright 1 to choose a follower in your field, give it +1/+1 and deal 2 damage to each enemy leader. So it deals damage, it buffs something, puts something, even himself into like a 5/5 range to make it hard to take out. And he also just searches any earth sigils, which is so good because you have so much good flexibility with this effect that just makes it so insane. And we got a Snowman King. Very nice. Cool looking dude. All right, just a few more packs remain for this first box. It'd be cool to get, I mean, we already got a pretty good SL, honestly. I mean, I'm happy with it. I like Dragon, so. Onion Patch, wow, right. This set was where Onion Patch was in. This is a card you can have 50 of in your deck, and it says the 1/1/1 with Rush. If you have at least 5 cards named Onion Patch in your cemetery, he has Storm and Strike. Deal 1 damage to a enemy follower. So you just play a bunch of these together with some spells and whatnot. I can't remember what the optimal count was. In Japan, this deck did get some like CS tops here and there, but basically this card is just like a really powerful, not like super powerful, but like the gimmick is actually not bad. So honestly, this card is like as good of a pull as like the generic, like as the legendaries. Then we have the Raven. So only the first one of the vampires we've pulled. We have Roy. So he's a Dragonic Duelist. That's the name. We have Tsukiyomi as well to complement our. So I should probably show them off. These Tsukiyomi and Amaterasu. So Tsukiyomi has a Rush as a 2-cost 3/2. Whenever she becomes engaged, deals 1 damage to each enemy leader. And if you have Amaterasu on the field, it becomes 2 instead. And Amaterasu says she has Ward as a 2/3. And whenever she becomes engaged, she heals your leader 1. But if you have Tsukiyomi in the field, she heals 2 instead. So this one deals damage, this one heals, this one has Rush, this one has Ward, basically. They each have like their own roles as like defenders and attackers. So it's pretty cool. I do like I kind of wish the Tsukiyomi and Amaterasu like cards were used a bit more. We have Substitution, the puppet support. Came out of nowhere, but definitely appreciated for puppet players. Instant Potion, this is the damage potion. Very good potion though. We have Storied Falconer, this is a hunter card. Also pretty good. Raven, Nonja, and Old Blood King. Ooh, Old Blood King. Hello. This card is also pretty crazy for bats. Basically buffs every bat on your field by +1 on attack, and when he's on the field, he gives each force bat on your field Rush and Assail. So pretty good stuff. A really good card. And so overall, like we're just missing the Vanya at this point. If we can hit the Vanya, then we'll be kind of cruising, kind of gaming. Moria Inconium, Handspur, the last Raven, Veil. There's Queen Magnus. So this is the one that you can spawn from the sword spell we pulled earlier. So she gets Assail if you have the Hemera. And she can engage herself to give 2 sword followers on your field +1 attack. So pretty good if she just like sticks around on the board for a turn. Then we have Heavenly Knight and a Likawon. Nothing too crazy in there. Heavenly Knight's kind of interesting. He was the guy that like attacked with his health, I think, in the app. But here he's like Storm Ward 3/7 that if you have 2 amulets on your field, gets +2 attack and heals your leader too. So doesn't really do the exact same thing as he used to, but still does, he has a pretty good function in Ward Haven, I suppose. So that's pretty good. Axe Princess, Dragon Newt, so good card. Lila, Sutungur, Dario, Pure Voice Dragoon, this card's pretty good. He's a 5-cost that searches your deck for a Dragonic Duelist follower that costs 4 less and summons it, and if Overflow is active, you heal your leader 3, which is quite good. So overall, the Dragonic Duelist stuff is definitely very nice. Again, I know maybe like this isn't the place for it, but I would really like it if this was still a product instead of being shoveled into a set, but it is what it is. At least we have Worlds Beyond stuff coming out soon, so that kind of makes up for it a little bit. We have Blood Moon, Waters of the Megalorca, Dark Feast Bat. This card was crazy in the app, so the fanfare. Deal 4 damage to an enemy follower and its leader, and if Sanguine is active, recover 3 play points. Becomes a 3-cost 4/4 that does a bunch of damage. So pretty cool card. Was even crazier in the app. We did pretty good. No URs, but honestly, we hit like I would say the only like kind of questionable legendary was Marduk. And then we got the Zernitra SL. Of course, SLs are now confirmed once per box, but like we hit 3 really good ones and one that I'm personally pretty happy about. So overall, pretty good box. Let's take a look and see what box number 2 has in store for us. All right, let's go for box number 2 and see what this one has in store for us. If we can hit any of the URs potentially. The URs are really nice in this set, so it would definitely be quite nice to see one of them. But yeah, quite a few decks that get support in this set for the most part. And it's like I think the next set, personally speaking, I really liked set 10 when it came out, but it was mostly because I really liked the Shadowverse Flame decks, so I'm quite excited for that. And then thank you to everyone that's been expressing interest in the Vanguard collab set stuff too, so definitely going to be working on some content for that as well, so you guys can look forward to a lot of that. Definitely want to like provide as much as possible there. It's pretty nice. We got both Tsukiyomi and Amaterasu sleeves, and I guess I'll try to take this slip out now without showing the code. But here you go. This is the beautiful Amaterasu sleeves. Now we have a bunch of Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi on the pack front. So let's get into it and see what we get. Can we hit a UR this time around? Very curious. Once again, thank you to Bushroad for sending this product. Definitely very thankful. Sorry, let me zoom in a bit more. So it's like, I don't know why it keeps flaring up like that. It's kind of weird. All right, hopefully it stops flaring up now. Apologies for the little awkward flaring up there. But we have a Caradwen, very nice. Now we have both the evolved and pre-evolved versions, so definitely very good. This makes the damaging potion, and then you evolve her into the copy that we saw earlier, but definitely a very good card. We got a Lindworm. This card's kind of a meme card, but it's a 10-10-10 that occurs play points equal to number of dragon spells in your cemetery, and then evolves into one of the Lindworms, basically. So it's a dual-sided evolution, but it's kind of decent in Ramp Dragon. So it's definitely interesting because you can recover a whole bunch and then just like play a bunch of other stuff on top of that, obviously. So I'm saying pretty obvious stuff here, but you know what I mean. So we have Blood Moon, the Hind, the pre-evolved Hind, and another Old Blood King. Wow, I actually got a second one. That's kind of crazy. I haven't had the base one yet, only 2 of the evolved ones. So let's take a look at what else we get. Continue the opening and see if we can hit a UR. Wait, what are you guys most excited about from this set? Ooh, Onion Patch, that's good. Poseidon! Crazy. That's actually really nice to see. Premium Poseidon. 8 cost 4, 7 Ward on Fanfare. So just for 2 Dragonic Duelist followers with different names that cost 2 costs or less, summons them and then shuffles your deck. So it's going to find you the Masamune. Hopefully we can pull that later. Would be nice. So, ooh, another. We're getting lots of Dragonic Duelist support here. But what are you guys most excited about in this set? I think for me, I was definitely playing quite a bit of Bats during this set. Earthright as well, just because it was like the best deck. Played quite a bit of Sword. Savage Swordsman is also a very good card. Like 1 cost 2/2. That's basically a 3/3. Pretty good. I love the Art of Valkyrie of Order. Just looks so sick. Like just both this one, like this art. There's another neutral in the set too that I really liked as well. But see if we can get it later down the line. We have Tsukiyomi, also nice to get another copy of her. We haven't had the spell that spawns them yet though, so let's see if we can hit that. Only seen the Cared one so far in terms of legendaries, so see if we can hit anything else. Staff of Whirlwinds, Raven, Spartacus. Oh, that's a funny card. Okay, so Spartacus is one of like the interesting alternate win con cards in Evolve. 5 cost 4, 6 with Ward. At the start of your end phase, you discard any number of cards and draw that many cards +1. So if you ditch 4, you draw 5. If you ditch 5, you draw 6 and stuff like that. Then if there's 1 card or less in your deck, you win the game. So normally you would lose when you run out of deck, but because of Spartacus, you actually win the game when you would run out of deck. So this is really cool in Natra because Natra draws through the deck so much. They can actually play this at the very end of the game, draw the rest of your deck, and then just win right off of that. So it's actually a pretty good card. I think Spartacus Natra is definitely worth exploring. Another Paula, but not the Evolve version. I want to introduce the Evolve one. But yeah, Spartacus is a really good card, I think. Like, was very slept on when it came out in Japan, but then people were like, wait a second, Natra draws a bunch. How about we just combine this and then turn it into an alternate win con deck? And that's kind of just what happened. So we have an Unsorcery, another one that's pretty good. So Spartacus I'm a pretty big fan of. Also the fact that it has Ward is like if you play multiple, you could just put it down, just to like draw through your deck, find pieces, ditch whatever you don't need, because you can ditch any number of cards from hand, right? So you still draw 1 more. Oh, there's the Eternal Potion. And oh, this is the Chimera. This is the other one that you spawn from the spell. She has Rush as a 4/3/3 cost and summons a Knight on play, and also summons 2 if you have Magnus on field, and on strike she puts a token into your Knight token into EX area. So pretty good stuff. Definitely a good card here as well. Then we have Heavenly Knight, and oh, this is the Jean, the evolved one. She becomes a 3/4 that summons a Haven follower that costs 2 or less from hand, and on strike she selects a Haven follower that costs 2 or less on your field and gives it +1 attack. So pretty good with low cost Haven. Overall, just a very interesting card that also, you know, just like helps to like she summons from hand, so it doesn't really plus, but obviously it's like you still get to cheat out play points, which is good. Oh, nice. We got the Paula that I wanted to talk about, but we'll open her in order. We have Koda, Rampart, Beastface Mage, that's good. Dragon, also good card. Mysterious Knowledge, Gurguil, Darkfeast Bat, and there we go. This is the Paula, so she has 2 different forms. So she evolves into a 3/3 that either looks at top 5 of your deck and puts a 4 spell into your hand and puts the rest on the bottom of the deck, or into this one that's a 3/3 that selects 2 other cards on your field, puts them to EX areas, or EX area rather, and then on strike, on combo 3, she selects enemy follower in the field and deals it 3 damage. So this card's really good because it reuses your fanfares basically. So you get to like target 2 of your low cost cards and then just like put them back. Or even stuff like Sukuna, for example, you can like, you know, evolve it, swing with it, put it back to EX area, and then next turn just like evolve her again. So stuff like that is like really good with like low cost combo cards, which is like Forest whole thing. Ooh, we have a SL Tutankhamun. We're getting a lot of Haven legendaries this box. So this is the Haven 4 cost 5/4 with Ward that draws a card on Fanfare and puts a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. And on last words, you can pay 1, search for another Tutankhamun, summon it, engage, and then shuffle your deck. So it shuffles that way, like the card you put from your hand to the bottom will get shuffled back, which is also pretty good. But it's not a bad support card for Ward Haven, so I do think it's a pretty good hit. And we get a second monochrome duel as well, so this is also pretty appreciated. Sword gaming is always very good, especially next set. Set 10 will make Sword very good again, since like Natra I feel like is still the best right now, but after that, I do think, ooh, very good legendary, Oceanus. one drop that buffs something is pretty good. Ooh, we have 2 SLs. Igni is like, did they send me Igni's boxes by accident, dude? Like, I know he loves White Vanara, and I know he loves Zernitra, but I feel like Bouchard mixed up my boxes and Igni's boxes. I gotta go watch his box opening to see what of my pulls did he get. I feel like maybe they mixed these up. They mixed these up. So this is the other forest legendary that basically whenever an ally follower is put into the field, he gets +1/+1. If it's a beast, gets +2/+2, and then you can evolve him as well. So he's a 4-cost 2/2 that just basically gets super buff. It's good for like combo plays, but he didn't really see too much play at any point in Japan. So I wonder if the English side can cook with him to make some spicy monkey combos. So we'll see what you guys have in store for that. We have Burgent, Owen. This is another one of the Mysterian, the academic cards. So Rush, 2-cost 3/2, that if you have 5 academic cards in your cemetery, gets +1/+1 in a sale. And on Strike, puts a missile into EX area. So pretty good card. And then final pack, let's see. I think we should still have another legendary, hopefully. We got 2 SLs, which I'm thankful for, but I would still like another legendary. Do we have one? Ooh, maybe we don't. Okay. I don't think we hit any of the starter deck legendaries, which is also kind of crazy. All right, Stungur, Dario, gift for Bloodkin. Very good card for Vanya, even if we don't get Vanya herself. 2 costs that summons 2 forest bats, and if you have Vanya on the field, she draws a card, and then she costs 2 less to play if there's 5 Vampire cards in your cemetery. So it's a 0-cost spell, basically. It's like the main function of this. So very good spell, and that is actually the last pull of the box. So that has been it for this box opening of Duet of Dawn and Dusk. Hope you guys enjoyed it despite how late this is coming out. I think this will be an interesting set to watch Worlds for, as we did see like the kind of pattern that the Japanese meta had for this set, and there was definitely a lot of cooking in terms of stuff like Hunter Sword and whatnot popping up. So I'm really curious to see what will be explored in the English Worlds as well, because I feel like the English side always cooks the most with this game, especially because you have like a whole year buffer to look at the past Japanese metas too, especially for those people that like qualified for Worlds early. I think that's especially a good chance. But anyway, thank you again for Bouchard for sending me these boxes, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give it a like, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.